So let me see. Okay, now I read that you got a chance to work with Twista. Is that true?
Yes, yes. I did Twista's deal, his joint venture at Atlantic Records. And then I managed him for about 4 years after we did that deal.
Okay. Well, now was this the adrenaline rush period, or was
Yes.
this tongue twister before?
No, it was Adrenaline Rush.
Wow, that was an amazing album. That's a classic. That's a
Yes.
perfect album.
In fact, he's wearing my Coogee sweater on the cover. He didn't like the
Oh,
clothes that the stylist chose for him, and he looked over at me. I was wearing that sweater and a pair of Timberlands and black pants, and he said, "Do you have a shirt on under that sweater?" I said, "Yeah, I got a t-shirt on." Why? He said, "Can I borrow it?" I'm like, "Will it fit you?" He said, "Let's find out," because I was smaller then, and it fit him perfectly. And he's like, "Do you mind?" I'm like, "No, go for it."
wow, that's amazing hip hop history. Because I love that cover. How he's sitting there and in the background is kind of swirling. That was my
Yes,
first introduction to him. Till I found
yes,
out later, he had been rapping. So
yes.
yeah,
My
that makes
favorite part
sense.
of Twist, I mean, aside from the fact that he's an incredible talent, is he let me write the liner notes for that album. So when, back then it was all CDs. So when you would
Hmm.
crack open the CD, it was basically an essay about the prison system and how fucked up it was, and how the sentencing at that point in time, the judges were forced to give minimum mandatory sentences. And it was just crazy because the disparity between crack and cocaine was so racially fueled. It was just, and he let me, like, he's like, "Wendy, go for it." So I let him read it before it went to print. I'm like, "Dude, it's a little incendiary. Like, I'm talking about how fucked up the system is." And he's like, "Wendy, my brother's in prison. Let's go." So I will always love him for letting me write the liner notes.
Wow, right. I remember that now that you said it because I was a kid at that time, but that's a tape that I actually bought. And I remember reading, stuff like that. And I was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, big shout out to Twista and you as
Huge
well.
shout out to Twista.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Because he could have said
Okay.
no. Like, he took a chance by letting me do
Mhm.
that. He could have just put, thanks to all these different people, like most people did, and explain
Right.
songs. And he let me get off, and like the entire interior of his liner notes was an essay.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go
Yeah,
find that one if it ain't online already.
I'm sure it is
Let me see.
somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.